welcome back. It's Deanna at the Blushing Mint. Thank you for joining me for another Christmas in July video. Today's video is going to be a fun little folio. So versatile and so many ways that you can use this, and it's not horribly difficult to create. So today I'm going to walk you through the process of creating this file folder folio. I had to say it slow because it's a tongue twister for me. Just saying, file folder folio. All right. So first of all, thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. I just want to make sure that you do know how much it means to me that you join me for my videos and that you are helping my channel grow. Thank you so very much. So let's get into today's project. So this is a file folder folio, and the closure, I have just taken some copy dyed sari silk and used that as a closure here. And then on the front cover, I've just created a large pocket here, and I've added a couple tags just for, you could do so many things, but just for this purpose, I used some of the scraps that were left over and created a couple different tags here on the front. And then you open it up inside, and we have a belly band here. You open it again, I have a belly band here, and again, and then we have a pocket. And this is kind of a tuck pocket, a full pocket, a full pocket, another tuck pocket, and then on the back we have a full pocket. So this is a very interactive, very full folio. You could do so much with this folio. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to just show you how to create the base, and then it's just a matter of covering and embellishing however you so desire. Now this one I have created with 4 pieces of paper. The whole thing is created with 4 pieces of paper, and I had tons of paper left that I could have made more tags and whatnot with, but I wanted to just give you the foundation here. The paper pad that I used for both of these, or that I'm using, is the Old World Winter from the Paper Studio, which is a Hobby Lobby brand. I believe that's where I got this. And so this is Old World Winter, and I love this paper pack. It is beautiful. So anywho, all right, we can set the paper aside because we don't need that right now. The first thing you need to do is you need to have a file folder that is the tab, that the index tab is on your left-hand side if you're looking at it this way. It truly doesn't work with anything else in order to function like this because of how you fold up the pockets and whatnot. You need it to be that left-hand side tab. So that is very important. That's really the most important thing of this whole thing. So the first thing you do is you take it so that your tab side is on your right-hand side, and you score at 4 inches. And that is, and I score from the front, and I turn it over and I score again from the back just to get a nice score line. So that is the first thing that you do. And honestly, that's all we need our scoreboard for. We don't need our scoreboard for anything else in this project. So I'm going to go ahead and get that off of my desk. All right, now what you need to do is you need to take and you need to fold back so that the edge of your file folder meets the edge of the fold. So on the front cover, so that the edge of the file folder meets the edge of the fold. So like so. Give that a good crease. Do the same thing, just flip it over, and you want to do it so the edge, not the tab end. The tab end is going to extend over. We want the flat edge to meet the end of our folder. So it's going to look something like this. Okay? Now, open it up and fold at your score line. Okay? This is creating your pockets. Okay? Give them a good crease. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors, and I know this is not the easiest part of my world, but you're going to take your scissors and you are going to cut along your fold lines up to the score line. Okay? So just cut along your fold lines to the score line only. Okay, on all of your pockets. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this. I do this because I do not want the bulk when I fold. You don't have to. I just think it lays flatter, it looks nicer, so I choose to do it this way. You do not have to, but okay. So on the front pocket on your left-hand side, so we're going to be working from our left-hand side in. On our left-hand side, now I want to remove some of this, so I am going to do a slight angle to that corner score. Okay, and then I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to take my corner rounder and I'm going to round that corner. Okay, now with this next pocket, because it's right at that fold line, I want to go ahead and cut just inside that score line. So you're removing like less than 1/16 of an inch, but it's just enough to give us a little extra give at our folds and remove some of that bulk. So I do that from both sides. And this is where you see that my cutting is kindergartenish. I just can't help it. I can't help it. I have the crookedest eye in the world. Okay. Yep. Super crooked. And I still didn't do a good job. Let's try again. Okay. Try again. Guys, this is why I can't be trusted with scissors. Oh, Lord have mercy. Just laugh with me, friends. Please laugh with me. Okay, better. It doesn't really matter. Inking is going to cover a multitude of sins. So, same thing. Cut to the corner and cut to the corner. This might be the longest part of the video, is me cutting the pockets. Like, come on, Dion, get it together, girl. Get it together, I tell ya. It's all right. I can handle it. I can handle it. Go ahead, laugh. All right. Then this one, I want to go ahead and miter again. And I'm taking an 1/8 maybe to that corner. Just enough. Oh, I took a little bit more than that on the other one. Yeah, let's give it a little bit more. A quarter. Let's just say we're going to take 1/4 of an inch. I don't know, friends. You do you. Cut the pockets however you feel like it. And then I'm going to round this corner. Yep. I'm telling you. All right, that's better. Now, here, did I round the corners? Did I round the corners on the pockets? Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know, friends. I can't remember. Yes, I did. I rounded all the corners of the pockets. So let's do that. So then we're going to just take our punch, round all our corners, except do not round any corners that have your file folder marks on them. Leave those the way they are. Now, here is what I think is important when creating these. I need to ink. I need to ink because inking is going to hide a multitude of sins, and especially where you're matting and whatnot. So I'm going to go and I am going to ink this entire thing, all the edges, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what that looks like, but I'm not going to make you watch me do that. So please don't go anywhere, friends. I'll be back in a moment, okay? Hang tight. Okay, friends, I'm back, and I know it looks like a hot mess, but I promise you it's all going to come together. So I have completely inked everything front and back, all of my edges. All right, so now this is going to become my front, my cover. So I need to decide, I want to decide what paper I want my cover to be, and then what I want to use for my insides. So these are the colors that I have. And so I believe I am going to do this for my cover. I'm going to do these two for my fronts and backs, and these two on my insides, I think. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. All right, so now all you need to do is, it is just a matter of cutting and matting, cutting and matting, cutting and matting. That is literally what you need to do from here. The base, and you saw me fold it. You saw me do a thing like this, and you could fold it in and have like 3 layers here if you so desired. This is a base. Now you could also, if you wanted, you could flip your pockets to the fronts and the backs. This from here can go any direction you want to do. And that's what cutting your flaps apart does for you. It truly gives you ultimate versatility in how you utilize this folder. So I like having all my pockets inside. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it the exact same way. So now that I've confused you and showed you 100 other ways, welcome to Crafting with Dion, you know, woo, nuts. All right, so all you do is cut and mat. So measure, and I always try to cut down about a 1/16 or so, just to give myself a little bit of room. So I've got, and each panel may be a slightly different size. So your height is always going to be the same at about 7 and 5/8 is your height. But your widths are going to vary depending upon your panel. So this one is 4.5 by 7 5/8. And I'm going to cut down just about a 1/16 from the 4.5 mark here. Set that paper aside for a second. And 7 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. And a 1/16 under that. All right. And of course, we're going to ink, because this is where everything then blends, and that's why I've inked so wide into my, I haven't done just the edges, I've inked a bit into the space, because if I'm not cutting straight, or if I folded crooked or something, it all is going to blend. So from here, it's just glue. Do, do, do. Not glue the mat, Dion. Just glue the paper. Oh, this paper is gorgeous. And it kind of has a bit of a texture feel to it, almost like a vinyl style, vinyl type feel to it. It's just, it's awesome. I love this paper pack. Okay, so then my two outsides, I'm going to use the polka dot. Okay, so I'm going to start with the easy panel. And this is 4 3/8. So I want to come a 1/16 under that by 7 5/8. Is that right? 4. Oh, measure twice, cut once, right? 4 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Perfection. Yes. So this folio, this is, you know, like I said, this is just the base. I love giving you guys bases that are multifunctional. I mean, you can change up how this goes from here. It's just a matter of knowing the correct score marks and how to fold them. That's really the foundation of this particular folio. And so with this one, I think one of the things that you could do is you've got the 4 insides, and you could make this like your list. This could be like your list folio. So it could be like your grocery shopping list. It could be like your gift giving list, your Christmas list, you know, Christmas idea list. It could be like the thank yous. You could put your meal planning inside of here. I mean, just multifunctional, but it could be like your Christmas list folio. And then it's kind of like a keepsake as well, because then you could pull it out next year when you pull out your Christmas decorations, and you can kind of see what was exactly on my menu. What, you know, who did I get cards from last year that I need to make sure I send cards to this year, or, you know, something of that nature. That's, you know, that's one of the ways that I would, you know, that I can think of for you to use it. Okay, so now this one, we want to bring this all the way out to this edge. So you want to measure from that edge. So we're just under, so like 5 7/8 is where that is by 7 and something somethings. I know where the mark is. 5 and 4 and 7/8, right? Yes, 4 and 7/8. See, guys, man, I'm telling you, I'm blonde. FYI, I'm blonde. Just so you know. I know some people hate that. Oh, it's a blonde joke. Hey, you can't get offended if you're blonde. 4 and 7/8 by 7 and just under 6/8. Okay. And here we have to do some cutting because we're going to have to cut around. So ink first, at least the 3 sides, or the top, the bottom, and one side, because then we're going to end up cutting on this other side. So, all right, glue. Oh my, look at those fabulous glue lines, friends. Oh, yes. It's a good thing it really doesn't matter. Just saying. As long as it's glued down, that's what matters. Now, most important thing is to line up our edge with the edge of our tab here. That's the most important line on this particular panel. All right. Now I'm going to just wipe away that excess glue. Now you see why I kind of went in on this end. Okay, then get my small scissors here, and you cut away those excess edges there. All right, and then now you're going to ink those edges up, and then we just need to do this one here, and we come back to this paper, and again we're going to measure to the far outside. So 4 1/4. Okay. Excellent. Ink. So yeah, so comment below, please tell me in the comments how you would use this folio. Tell me below, yeah, comment below and tell me how you could see yourself using this folio. I would love to hear your comments on how you would use it. I just think it's awesome. Okay, so here I'm actually gonna just glue on this panel itself. Yes, gosh, you guys, I'm telling you. My gluing is amazing. The middle, I'm really good at the middle. I'm really good at the middle. Okay. Make sure your page is upright. If you have directional. And line it up with your outside. Okay, then we just have to cut away our excess here. And then just re-ink those corners there. Now, there is the back. For the front, or the inside, I should say. Now, make sure you are saving all of your scraps, okay? Because these become pockets as we start doing our other things. So save all of your scraps, set those aside. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cover my insides here, and I'm not going to make you sit and watch me cover those. I literally am just taking my same measurements and I'm going to cover the whole inside, not the inside here, just these 4 panels here. And so then I will come back and show you when I have that done. And we'll go from there. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Okay, so now I have all of my panels covered. I've got my back and I've got my insides. So what I have left is I have a tall, thin strip of each one of my paper patterns, and I have 2 rectangular squares of each of my 4 pages papers. So now I just need to decide, what do I want my panels, my pockets, to be created from? So I have to kind of take a look here and see what I'm thinking. I kind of have to play with this a little bit. Because I'm just not sure. I can do any number of things. It is sometimes hard for me to decide. Okay, so I want to use my blue stripes or my blue dots on this panel. Okay, so that, I know those are going to go on the back. So then between these 3, I can decide. Let's do that. And then that leaves me these to still play with. So I'm going to set those aside. Now, same thing. This is a matter of measure and mat, measure and mat, measure and mat. So that's what I'm going to do on my pockets, okay? And then I will be back. Okay, so now I've got those covered, and now it's just a matter of gluing down our pockets. So on the right-hand side, we're just going to glue the right-hand edge, because this is going to be like a flap pocket. A tuck, sorry, not a flap, a tuck. So we glue that side. The centers, we glue both edges. On both of the center pockets. And then on our left-hand pocket, we just glue the left-hand side. Like so. Now we have a tuck, a pocket, a pocket, a tuck. And there we have the base of our book. And you'll see how that by really inking everything, it just all comes together. Now, what I have left for scraps is I have these 4 that can be pockets, belly bands, etc. I also have those 4. So, you can decide. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 flaps that we can work with, and how we want to do it. So on the back, we have an inside. I'm going to do I feel like this is more green and this is more blue, so it truly throws me off. So I think I'm going to cut my strip here to the 7 and whatever the measurement is, and I'm going to make belly bands just because. Let's see, I'm going to go from this edge. See how I feel about it. And so my strip is 3 inches wide, so that's 2.5 inch strips. Yeah. It's a little over 3. Okay. So I'm going to do a belly band here. And so from here, you can utilize your scraps however you desire to make belly bands, pockets, tuck spots, whatever it is that you feel like is going to be the most beneficial for your project. Again, I show you the base, and you get to make it your own. But again, these are a fabulous project for if you're a vendor. If you are a vendor, these are just so cute. These folios are awesome to have in your vendor lineup. And you could, you know, decorate the pockets and have like, you know, Christmas list. You could, you know, you could truly personalize these in so many different ways to help your buyer understand how they could utilize a folio like this. Okay, so there we have 2 belly bands. Then I have my front cover and an inside. So I definitely want a pocket. Do I want a pocket or do I want a, let's see, how does it fold? So I think, yes, I think I'll do a pocket. Yeah. And I'm going to do it with this one. Yeah. Okay, and I want my pocket to come just to the length of my, so 3 5/8. Yep, this will work. Okay. This is good. 3 5/8. My height is 3 5/8 here. I need to cut off about like so. And I'm going to round this corner just because and see if I like how that fits in there. Yes, that's perfect. So ink this all up. And so, yeah, again, we're just measuring and cutting. And then I will glue my 3 sides here. Actually, my 2 sides and a bottom. If I'm being precise, 2 sides and a bottom to create a pocket. Okay, belly band, and then we're at our front. And again, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to make a nice corner pocket here. I did a precise fingernail measurement there. And then what is my, save your scraps, friend. What is my width here? I want my pocket to just be 4 inches. So I'm going to cut that off. And then I do this real precise measurement where I just stick it in my thing and I just create something that looks like this. I just like the shape of that and ink it all up here. And glue down the side, across the bottom, and up this little short section here to create a full pocket. Okay, now with all of the rest of your scraps here, you can create tags, you can create embellishments, you can just do whatever you would like to do, and then you fill it however your little heart desires. But this folio is so versatile, and I hope that I have made it easy enough to recreate. And I hope that you guys will comment below again how you would utilize this folio. Tell me what you thought of this video. And I hope that this inspires you to get out your paper pads and do some of these creations. Side note before I go, I forgot that if you are going to do a tie closure like I did here, you need to put your tie closure in before you mat your paper. I failed to do that, and I wanted to remember to tell you guys to do that. So this was my cover, and before I put the mat on, I would have glued this underneath the mat, and then I would have put the mat on, and then that would have allowed me to have this tie closure here. So if that is something that you want to do, and you want to do a ribbon closure like I have, make sure that you put it in under your mat. That way it doesn't go anywhere, and it's always a part of your folio. So I apologize that I did not do that in the beginning the way that I should have. But anyhow, friends, I truly do hope that this little project inspires you to make a few, and that you'll even share them with me. If you make them, show me in the comments that you have made the projects. That would be awesome. I'd love to see what you do. So anyhow, friends, until we see each other in the next video, thank you again for watching. Thank you for all you do, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next Christmas in July episode here on my channel. So until then, friends, please find time to be creative, be safe, and we'll chat in the next video, friends. Take care. Bye-bye.